There are a lot of communication courses and experiences out there, and people think they know how to communicate, but people often miss a very, very important distinction when it comes to listening. They go into their habit of listening thinking it's going to work, but then the other person doesn't feel understood. It creates more conflict and tension, and the relationship starts to deteriorate. So I'm going to show you the pivotal move you can make when you listen, and I'm going to demonstrate it with a video here where I'm actually doing this with a friend of mine, okay? One of our coaches. So I want you to watch closely on how I'm doing it. I'm going to give you the blow-by-blow of how we actually want to listen to someone. Okay? So first, reminder that we don't frack on people. F.R.A.C.K. That stands for no fixing, no rescuing, no advice giving, no complaining or colluding with their experience, or no killing their experience, which means like gaslighting, stonewalling, right? So that's what not to do. Instead, you're going to do something like this. And this is a term I call LUFU, L-U-F-U, and it stands for listen until the other person feels understood. LUFU, all right? It's just easy to remember. And I'll review the frame here in a moment. So let's watch me and Leah have we're working through a conflict here, okay?
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Leah, what's up?
I just want to circle back on the outline I sent you last week. Do you remember?
Which outline?
For our CT8, we were doing a class.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that. Okay, yep.
Yeah, so I've kind of been feeling frustrated because I did all this work to get us organized and asked you a bunch of questions the week before, and you were like, yeah, sounds good. It might change. And then I sent it over. I did my whole piece. It was there early. And then it was like, I got back from you. That's like, nope, not right. It's not what I want. And I'm just frustrated,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wait. If I'm understanding you right, the outline that you sent me. Okay. So now I'm going into reflective listening here. I'm going to reflect back. There's a little pause in the conversation. I might have interrupted her because I don't want her to go on too long or I won't be able to track all the details. So there was a nice pause there for me to interject, and I'm going to try to not defend myself. Okay, that's going to go nowhere. I'm going to reflect back what she's trying to tell me. Last week for RCT8, you thought it was all ready to go, and then you sort of did what I asked you to, and then I said, no, that's not it. Am I with you so far?
Yeah.
Okay, notice I reflected back, and then I said a same page question, which you've seen in another video. Am I with you so far? I could have said, did I get it right? Am I following you? It doesn't matter, but I just want to ask some kind of, are we on the same page question? Okay, and then you said you were frustrated, is what I thought I heard. And then I'm going after the feeling, right? She said she was frustrated, so I'm going to repeat back the feeling word that I heard.
Yeah. What I'm frustrated about is like I'm asking you these questions.
So notice how when you reflect back, the person's like, yeah, and they want to go on. And we want them to go on because we don't want them to feel shut down. We want them to tell us all of the complaints or all of the issue.
To get prepped, and I spend time on it, and it's just like, nope, that's not right. That's not what I want.
That would be so frustrating.
Yeah.
So I'm relating. It's a version of validating, right? That would be so frustrating. I'm laughing, like I have a sense of humor about it. That was maybe a little misattuned. She's pretty bummed. So laughing could be perceived as me making fun of her, but let's see how it goes. Okay. And I'm just appreciating you telling me this because it's been a few days, and I'm hearing your frustration loud and clear. Just kind of breathing over here. Thanks for letting me know. And it makes sense that you're frustrated because you're saying, in your eyes, you had it like it was complete. You did what I asked you to. And in my eyes, it was like, no, it's not done or something. So there's a gap there. So that would lead to, I mean, it would make sense that you would be frustrated.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I do there? I validated her experience, right? I said, that makes sense. 3 words, 3 magical words when you validate someone's feelings. Your frustration makes sense to me. Okay? Frustration makes sense. That makes sense. And then I told her how it made sense to me. Because here you went and did this thing, but I did this other thing. There's a gap. Of course you're going to be frustrated. Okay? I'm still not defending myself. I'm not sharing. I was like, okay, let me sit with this for a minute. I took a breath. Wow, she's really letting me know how she feels here, and she's upset. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah means I'm on the right track. Like, I'm getting her. I'm understanding her. Yeah. Was there anything else? I can ask this question now because I'm guessing we're not done. I sensed there was more. So, is there anything else? Let's see what she says.
Yeah, I think just like no acknowledgement of like, hey, I know that you're not caught in you're kind of getting caught in the crossfire here, like where I don't have it together, or my team and I are on the same page, and like you're just not getting clear instructions, and it feels messy. Yeah, and I feel like I'm wasting my time. You know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, it's a lot. I'm just appreciating you bringing this up. I'm noticing I'm a little activated. So I'm acknowledging my activation. I'm a little irritated. Wow, you're bringing a lot at me. I thought I validated, and now there's more. So it's like breathing through that, and I'm going to take it in. But I'm also really hearing you, and I'm again getting. If I'm you, I put in all this time and energy into something. So I'm trying to empathize. I could have reflected back what she just told me, but I'm choosing to try to empathize here. Followed the sort of instructions, and it's still, and then to later come back and say, no, that's not what I asked. Now you have to spend more time, and you're frustrated and irritable or maybe resentful or something. Yeah, anyway, I can only imagine that's lame. And I just want to say, I did do that. I totally changed. Okay. Here's where I come into ownership. So I'm trying to empathize. Whew, that is pretty bad if I'm you. That sucks. And now I'm going to take responsibility, which is really key if we're in a conflict. Course of what we agreed upon? I've changed course of what we agreed upon. And I just did that. And I didn't really consider you in the process. Okay, boom. Imagine your partner saying this. I changed course, I changed my mind, and I didn't even think about your feelings and how it would impact you. Because that's often what happens for us, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, you can see her face. She's smiling. She's feeling like more warm, like, okay, this guy's getting me. I'm taking the charge in her system down just because I'm owning, I'm validating, I'm empathizing, right? I'm doing my best to understand her experience. I was really just thinking about myself, so I didn't kind of get the... Okay, I was just thinking about myself. I didn't even think about you. Okay? That is a hugely disarming statement. I mean, it's frustrating when people do that to us. They don't think about our feelings or the impact on us. But how many of us do that? I still do this to this day in my life, to my wife, to my friends. Like, when I'm in reactivity, I'm kind of just thinking about myself. There would be a pretty big impact over there on your time, your energy, and the dynamic that we're in. I clearly didn't see that.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I get that things change, and I think just an acknowledgement, right?
Totally.
Really, really good.
So there she's kind of asking, hey, this would have felt better if you would have just acknowledged this. And I'm like, yeah, totally. Yeah, that would feel good. And I'm curious how it's feeling right now. Do you feel like I'm owning or acknowledging what it is that you're looking for here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm checking in with her. How does this feel right now? Am I with you? Am I listening? Do you feel understood?
Totally. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing it here. It's not how I want to be with you, and I appreciate you letting me know.
Yeah, feels a little edgy, so.
For sure.
Yeah. And I just want to make sure we're complete here. Is there anything else that...
So now we took that down. We got to 0 there. And I'm just going to double check. And some people don't want to do this. Is there anything else? So if you've had years and years of unresolved conflicts and you ask, is there anything else? Of course they're going to say, yeah, there's a mound. There's a huge fucking pile because you have never done this with me. And so it's a little intimidating if you're a conflict avoider and the two of you, whoever you're with, have agreed to like not go there. And you say, is there anything else? Chances are you can expect, yeah. But if you get very good at this skill, listening until the other person feels understood consistently, there's no pile. We want clean and clear airways here, right? We want to be at 0 conflict.
Not saying, or I just want to make sure that we're cool because we have a lot to do together here, and I don't want there to be a kink in our connection, you know?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, I feel like if I could just ask, maybe just...
Okay, so she is going to bring something, right? And it's like, okay, we're going back in. I could have been like, okay, cool, we good? See ya. And then she might have been scared to bring up the other thing, but I'm going to ask because this is a high stakes work relationship and I don't want to burn this bridge. I don't want to upset her.
Slow down? Are you willing to just slow down with that?
Not.
No.
Okay, so she's asking, are you willing to slow down? And I'm fast by nature, so I'm having a sense of humor. Like, no, I don't want to do that. So we're having a laugh, rapport building, right?
And how do you mean? Yeah, tell me.
Like maybe considering when you're responding to something like that, like getting that, oh yeah, Leah's really done her part. Like I love to over prepare, and I'm so all about like supporting you and having your back and representing the school, and like that's where my heart is.
Yeah.
I feel like when that gets missed, I get really bummed. So it's not really actually the pivot on the instructions. It's like, oh, I'm feeling missed that you didn't see my effort, or it's like, I know I'm shifting this right at the last minute or something.
Yeah. What I'm hearing is, in the moment of me saying, no, that's not what I wanted, I could have at the very least said, hey, I can imagine this is going to be frustrating for you because you've spent a lot of time here. And I want to change what I asked you to do. How would that be? Is some kind of slowing down enough to acknowledge that there's impact there?
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I understood her. I was like, oh yeah, that would be to lead with empathy before me being curt says, we're changing course. It's like, oh, this is going to probably impact you and you put in all this time and I want to change course. Like it's really different, right?
I think maybe a try, moving the needle a little bit in that direction would feel really good.
Yeah, because if I just say, no, it's not what I wanted, I completely don't acknowledge or consider your feelings or what you've been through to create the thing, right?
Yeah.
So is it that you really want me to slow down, or is it more that you just want me to, if I change course, that I'm kind of getting that when I do it my way, it impacts you?
Yeah, that's a great question. It feels like a slowdown because I don't attach a bunch of like, oh, you're trying to be mean or something. I think you're just going quickly. No, it's not what I want. I want something different. So for some reason, the slowdown comes up, but that might not be right. I think however you get there, just in a like, I get that you're trying and I'm changing my mind. Like even that could be enough.
Yeah, so I'm hearing two things, like the slowing down enough to consider you and your feelings really is and yeah, maybe I could slow down in general when I'm, delegating things. I'll consider that. That's worthy of like, let me just actually chew on that for a little bit. So
I'm not going to totally agree to it because I have resistance there, but she's got a really valid point, which is, yeah, if I slow down, I would probably do a lot of things better relationally, right, with a team member. So I know that's valid, but I'm like, can I do it? I don't want to agree to something I can't do. So I'm chewing on it. I'm going to consider it.
I'm taking a few things in here. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you for asking me to go deeper. I think that got to a little bit more of, yeah. So it's not just the changing. That's fine. I can roll with that. It's to like acknowledge that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I hear you. Okay, was there anything else?
So I'm asking one more time, is there anything else? She's saying, she's nodding her head no.
It's complete.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, well,
All right. So let's come back to just me here. There you have it. All right. This is a demo of LUFU. And we often share this in our courses here at the Relationship School. Listen until the other person feels understood. LUFU. If you make that commitment, okay, that's the tweak that with your listening. It's not, yes, I do understand you, Leah. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's pointless. Okay, I spent years with my wife defending myself. I'd say, I do too understand you. And she'd say, no, you don't. That's a waste of time, right? That's like me being a dumb asshole. Much better is to say, you know what? I'm going to put the onus on you. I don't understand you until you let me know that you feel understood. That's the whole point of LUFU. I don't understand you until you tell me that you feel understood. Okay, I go through this extensively in my book, chapter 11, Getting to Zero. The whole chapter is devoted to that. This is just a how-to on that, okay? If you want to come practice this, of course, join one of our courses. But please share this with maybe a partner or friend. This was like a co-working kind of situation. This obviously applies to families, friends, partners, anyone really, because all of us want to feel understood. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks for listening. Leave a comment if this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.